Hi friends, welcome to Flutter Junction, and today we are going to learn how to use flavors in Flutter. And flavors in Flutter refers to the practice of creating multiple versions of the same application with different configurations. These configurations can include different assets, API endpoints, app icons and other resources specific to particular environment. For example, an application that is intended for release on both iOS and Android platforms may need different API endpoints for each platform, and each platform may have different requirements for app icons. Flavors in Flutter are particularly useful for development teams that need to create multiple versions of the same application for different environments. For example, a team may need to create a production version of an application with different configurations and resources than a development for testing version. With build flavors, developers can easily switch between these versions and ensure that each version is customized to meet the specific requirements of the target environment. Suppose also you are working on a SaaS project. Let's assume the school management system where every school share almost the same functionality but with different app icons, endpoints and resources, and you need to upload them to the Play Store independently. In this case, also flavors in Flutter come into use. Flavors also allows us to create build apps with different application IDs with their respective data and features, and you can upload them differently on the Play Store and App Store. Right, and this is how our final application shall be working. We shall be creating two flavors. One is school 1 and other is school 2, and they're gonna have the different app icons and the different app names, and when you click on it, they're gonna have the different resources and the app titles also. You can see we have the different app title and the different image also. And let's go to the school 2, and they have, you can see the icon is different and the image resource from school 1 and school 2 are different, and this is how our final application shall be looking. Right, now let's get back to the project. Before that, if you haven't subscribed the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share it with your friends. Right, and for that we're gonna use the two packages. One is Flutter River Pod and other is Flutter Launcher Icons for changing the app icons into the project. So first let's import our packages into the application. Go to the pubsec.yaml file and then paste these packages and run pubget. After pubget is finished, we're gonna import some resources into the assets folder. So for that, I'm going to create the new folder inside the root project directory and name it assets, and inside assets I'm going to create two other directories. One would be app icons and other would be images, and here I'm gonna drag and drop the data, the resources of the project. I already have the icons. Let's place the icon first. I'm going to drag and drop to the app icons, and then refactor it, close it, and then inside the images also I'm going to drag and drop these items and place them in the images folder. Right, and in the pubsec.yaml file I'm gonna give the path to them, to the assets items. Let's close them. Right, and let's coming down here, you can see assets, and be sure to have the right indentation, right spaces should be assets slash app icons slash and assets slash images slash, and then run pubget. And after the pubget is success, I'm going to close this and then let's collapse all and go to the leave, and then main.dat file I'm going to rename it to the main underscore common dot, right, and then I'm gonna delete all these items. We don't need this, and I'm gonna rename main to the main common, and then after that let's create the new file named config flavors dot. Here we're gonna define what things are going to be dynamic into the flavors. For that, and you can find it all the codes in the description below. You can find it, and you can see we have the different endpoints. You can see we are going to have the different app titles, API endpoints, image location, and then the theme. And the default theme would be light. You can see here. And the default app title would be Flutter tutorial, and the image location would be default image.jpg. And you can find this code in the description below. You can find it, right. And coming back to the main command, here we initialize this config. For that, var flavor config provider. And then in main command we're gonna pass, let's copy this and then paste it here, and then name it config. Let's import it, right, and we're gonna use the river pod for state management, and let's initialize this config provider. Yeah, and we need to import Flutter river pod. Let's import it, right. Now inside the run app we need to wrap it with the provider scope, and I'm gonna remove it and paste it here. You can see we have wrapped the my app with the provider scope, as we are using the Flutter river pod for state management. And if you are new to Flutter river pod, you can follow the link in the description above, and you can learn the Flutter river pod and then come back to this application. Right, now let's create the my app, and my app gonna extend the consumer widget because we are using river pod as the state management. So you can see my app is extending the consumer widget, and here we are initializing this config provider. You can see, and we are reading the value from this config provider. Whatever the value is coming from this flavor config, we're gonna place it here, and then we are reading it from here, from my app. And inside my app you can see the title would be coming from this our state, and the theme is also would be coming from the state, and then the home page, and our home page also going to be extending the consumer widget. And here we are going to pass the app titles and the theme, you can see, and images. You can see we are extending the consumer widget, and we have in the build we have the ref here, and this is a type of context for Flutter river pod. So inside the app bar we are getting the app title from the state. You can see from this state, and from this image assets also we are getting this image location from the state, right. After main command, you can see now we're gonna create the different main files for different flavors. So for that, inside the lib I'm going to create the new file and name it main school 1 dot, and also the other file main school 2 dot. So we are creating the different main file for different flavors. Here we gonna have two flavors, so I am creating the two flavors, two main file for different two flavors. So in main school 1, I already have some of the exercise done. You can see I have the main function, and this would be the entry point for the main school 1 flavor, and I'm going to import it, and then also flavor config, right, and then with theme data we need to import the material, right. Here we are passing the different values. Here for school 1 we have the different app title, that is school 1, and the API endpoints would be different, and the image location would be 1.png, and the theme would be light with primary color. You can see a bit bluish, and the background theme color, app bar theme color would be brown color. Similarly for main school 2, you can find the code in the description below. Okay, let's import it. Sorry. Right, and here you can see the app title is equal to image location would be the 2.png. We have different images for different flavors inside the application, and app items would be also different, API endpoints also, and this time our school 2 theme would be dark. So now we need to configure the entry point of the application. So for that I'm gonna delete the main command and go to the plus icon and then Flutter and name it school 1, and then entry point would be leave, and for school 1 it would be main school 1, and then it would be just as flavor and school 1, and then apply. And similarly let's add the other configuration for school 2, and name would be, I would name it school 2, and entry point I leave, and it will be main school 2, and the additional learn arguments will be dashed as flavor school 2, and let's click on apply. You can see we have created two configurations, one for school 1, you can see, and the entry point would be main school 1 dot, and additional run arguments will be dashed as flavor, and it would be school 1. Similarly for school 2 also, that would be school 2, and the entry point would be main school 2, and the name is school 2 here, and then click on OK. And now you're gonna have different configuration for different schools. Right, now we're gonna configure them in the native. That means we need to go to this Android folder, and we need to run them. We need to pass the different arguments for these flavors. Okay, let's delete this test. We don't need this. Right, now onto the app, Android app and build at Gradle. Here we're gonna configure the different properties of our flavor. So after default config, here I'm gonna add the different flavors. You can see the flavor dimensions is app, and be sure you are using the right typo, and if you are using the wrong, then you will get the error, and it should be Flutter dimensions, that would be app, and the product flavors would be, here we have two flavors, that is school 1 and school 2, and we are using two different flavors. And you can see, and this application ID would be, copy this, and then the application ID would be this application ID dot school 1, and similarly for school 2 you can find this application ID here, copy this, paste it here, and then dot, and then the different package name. One is for flavor school 1 I am using school 1, and for flavor school 2 I am using school 2. So you can see here. So after configuration of the build at Gradle, let's go to the source, main, and resource, and the values. Here I am going to create the new string resource, and it would be strings.xml, and here I'm going to create the string resource with the app name. You can see, and the default app name would be default app name. And then I'm going to go to the Android manifest.xml, and I'm going to provide the label to this app name. So for that, it would be @string / app underscore name, and be sure this app name is same as this key you define here, and you can also copy and paste it here. Right, now after that, let's go to the source folder, and for different flavors we need to create the different directory. For school 1, I'm going to create the new school 1 directory inside the source, and then for school 2, new directory school 2, and inside the school 1 I'm going to create the directory res/values. And similarly for school 2, res/values, and inside the values I'm going to create the new file named strings.xml, and here we're going to define the app name for the school 1. And for school 1, same as the main string, you can see we have given the default app name here, and here we are giving the school 1. So this manifest gonna take the different app name for different flavors. You can see we are giving the path to this app name. Similarly for school 2, I'm going to create the new file same as school 1 strings.xml. I'm going to paste it here and then name it 2. So these are going to be the app names for our two different environments, that is school 1 and school 2. Now it's time to run the application. So first I'm going to run the select school 1 and then run school 1 flavor. And you can see the application is working fine. You can see the app bar is school 1. You can see the title. Let's close this. Close. Okay, you can see we are passing the school 1 here. We have the app title of school 1, and then the image location is 1.png. Let's open it. You can see the image is also working. So let's build similarly for school 2 and then run it. And it is installing. Come on. Yeah, bingo. You can see we have the default icon here. We are going to change it. First let's check if it is working or not. Right, we have the school 2 app title and then the different image. You can see the different image we have just passed and it is working. So like this you can build flavors for different environments. Right, now you can see we have the default Flutter icon for our project. Now we're gonna change it. Right, so for that let's get to the root folder. Okay, here I'm gonna create the new file named Flutter launcher underscore icons on the dash school1.yaml file, and we're gonna have the different icons for different flavors. So you need to create the different launcher icons file. So I'm going to create here, and then I'm going to pass the values. You can see, and we are using Flutter launcher icons for updating our app icons. Right, and you can see the app icons, it should be 1. Okay, and similarly for school 2 I'm going to create the new file and name it Flutter launcher icons school2.yaml file. You can see this is school1 and this is school2, and I'm gonna paste it, copy it, paste it here, and then the different image for the school2. Now after this you need to run the command so that these icons would get working. So for that, okay, it is not, files are not here. Just copy and paste them and provide to write. Now after that you need to run the code. Flutter pop run Flutter launcher icons, that means Flutter this file name and then main, and then you can see Flutter launcher icons asterisk, this is the file name, and you can see Flutter launcher icons, that means the thing the package we are using here, this Flutter launcher icons we are running Flutter pop run and this package, and then main, and then dash flavors, that means we have two different flavors and that having two files, and the Flutter launcher icons is school1.yaml and other is school2.yaml, and then we are providing Flutter launcher icons. You can see Flutter launcher icons, and after that we are giving asterisk so that it works for both the flavor. You can see it has worked, and to check if it is working or not, you can go to the Android file, app, source, and the files for different flavors. You can see we have this min map here. You can see IC launcher is changing for school1, and similarly for school2 it is also changing. Right, now let's run them again and check if they are working or not. And first I would run for school2. You can see we have two different same default icons of Flutter. Now we're gonna change them, and it is running. You can see it is not changing. Let's see why it is not changing. School2. Right, let's get back, and you can see the logo is changed for school2, and inside we have the school2 logo changing. And similarly let's run for school1 also. It is installing, come on. Yeah, and you can see it is, the logo is school1, it is different, and it is working. And when you minimize it, you can see different logos for different apps. And let's get back, and here we can see two different logos for two different environments and with two different titles. So this is how you can add flavors to the Flutter apps. And if you have any queries regarding this video, you can ping me a comment, or you can mail me at contact@flutterjunction.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share it to the friends. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get notified on upcoming awesome videos. And if you want any written documentation, you can visit flutterjunction.com, and you can find the content for this tutorial. Also you can find the different tutorials regarding the Flutter. You can go and get yourself. Right, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and share it to the friends. Thank you. Happy coding.